Are you a stick in the mud? Do you take life too seriously? Is your blood sugar low? Well, baby, do I got a drink for you. It's called Sweet Tooth, made to make you go from uptight to just right, baby. I've made this with all my favorite things. Sugar, glucose, high fructose corn syrup, gut rock, and a little bit of that stuff.
That is a clip, Simone. That is a clip from the most recent episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. The queens had to come up with their own soft drink commercials, and some were better than others. Simone was the best. And in between watching college basketball this weekend, we thought this was the perfect time for producer Ted to watch his first ever episode ever of RuPaul's Drag Race. And that means it's time once again for 67% of America loves Ted. Joining us now from the workroom is producer Ted. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning.
Okay, now we should say that we threw Ted in the deep end. Like, we didn't have him start at like an old season. We didn't have him start at, episode 1 of a given season. We just had you jump into the pool with this week's episode, which we're almost to the end of the season. So what did you think overall?
Well, I didn't really know what to expect going in. I mean, I had my, ideas of what to expect, but I didn't realize this is kind of like, it gave me Celebrity Apprentice vibes.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
They have a project, they do their thing, and then they do their runway thing, which they don't do on Celebrity Apprentice. But You have the panel, and they kind of judge them based on the, creativity, how they were able to pull it together. So that part of it, I kind of liked.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Let's talk about the pit crew.
Okay. Now, we should explain the pit crew are the guys that help out with the contests.
Why aren't they wearing anything?
Ratings, Ted, ratings. I mean, shows have been objectifying women for decades. It's time for the dudes, I guess. That right, Kendall? Look into Kendall. No, I know. This is editor Rob King's least favorite part of
Yeah. I mean, so I went in with this with expectations, and whatever. Rob King didn't know what he was walking into work with today.
No.
And he gets all the
video,
the pit crews. Utica Queen, our local
yes
queen was on. I thought she was a little over the top.
And you know what, Ted? You're not actually alone in this. Because I love her, we love her, we're rooting for her, but sometimes her weirdness gets in the way, don't you think?
Yeah, and I think that can be I think that could be the case for a lot of these queens are so creative. They're just ideas and ideas and ideas, and when you put them in, put those ideas to work, they can't translate it to the consumer.
Yes.
For it to make sense.
Okay.
But some of them can.
As Ted mentioned, if you are like Ted and you never watched the show, the grand finale of every episode is the runway, where the queens are given a theme and they have to create their looks. What did you think of the runway this week, Ted?
What was the theme? Because it was like RuPaul gets up there and she's like, the theme is, and I'm like, wait, what?
It's Beast. The theme was Beast.
Oh.
Which is a reference to an old, to another queen. But yeah, so they had to be a version of a beast. So what you're looking at, these were created. This is amazing. Like, look at Simone right there as the fox.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe they're supposed to dress like the devil, because you had Utica doing her thing, and then you had another one in red, but then this one is not a devil. But then you had like another one that looked like a Cabbage Patch.
Yes.
And then you had another one that looked sort of like Shrek.
Yes.
With like a air mattress,
alien attached.
Yeah.
So the end of the episode, they break it down to 2, and then they have to lip sync for their life.
Why lip sync? Well, I didn't get that. Why are we lip syncing?
Because that's what drag queens do, Ted. They do humanitarian work. Okay, This is my I'm just going to be blunt. This is my new favorite segment. Gay guy explains to straight guy about drag queens.
I thought they sing on their own sometimes.
No, they can, but they're mainly, they're lip syncing. They're known for many things, but that's why they have to lip sync. It's part of the thing, Ted.
Okay. Spoiler alert, I'm going to maybe say who went home.
Go ahead, spoiler alert.
It wasn't Utica.
It was not.
So this person gets eliminated, and then were people surprised that this person got eliminated?
Yes, Ted, they're up in arms.
Oh, look at her.
Perfect way to end our brand new segment. Gay guy explains to straight guy RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Wow, this is... In 6 seasons, this is my favorite moment. Thank you, Ted. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Back in a moment. Oh, my goodness. Why is she eliminated? Look at her.